Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love reacting to some Attack on Titan.
Yes, so we're doing season 3, episodes 4 and 5. No, 5 and 6.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Those are the episodes we're doing today.
Yeah. Those are the episodes we're doing.
So just to recap, season 3, episodes 5 and 6.
Yeah, 4 will not be in this episode.
No, that was last time. Hopefully you saw that one.
Yeah, hope you did. Because we got a playlist in the description of this video with all of our reactions for Attack on Titan you can check out. Also, there's a link to our Patreon there. We can get early ad-free access and full uncut reactions, get a month ahead and see every moment over there.
Of course, if you don't want to leave YouTube, you can join right here by clicking the join button below, and that will give you access to our YouTube membership. The access is not ad-free, but it will also grant you access a month in advance.
And with all that in mind, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
My business with you is over.
So he's definitely deaf in that ear now.
Mm-hmm.
Swear to God, they better not kill Irvin.
Yeah, I think he'll Irvin then. I mean, I don't think he's going to make it throughout this whole show, but it's still too early. Got a whole this season and next season. He's got to die, midway through 4.
That's when it's allowed.
That's acceptable.
Finally disbanding the scout regiment.
Finally.
They're building those gallows to hang the commander from.
Thanks, random guy.
If you disband the scout regiment, it will be akin to humanity tossing its spear aside. Suppose that in this very instant, Wall Rose was breached. Once again, half of humanity would be forced to flee, this time to Wall Sina. Locals and refugees will be forced to fight for survival. All of humanity would split, and a civil war would quickly erupt. It may not be Titans that breach Wall Sina. It's entirely possible that the residents of Wall Rose will do it first.
And you think that such an undertaking requires the scouts?
Our duty as scouts has ever been to charge forth at the enemy. Cowering in wait behind these walls will solve nothing, unless you have some sort of secret plan by which we might overcome this ordeal.
Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
The reason we brought you here is not to discuss our future within the walls, nor is it on account of something as simple as a murder. Clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity. One must never prioritize their own gain over humanity's survival.
Which you're all guilty of violating.
You have refused to hand over Eren Yeager time and time again.
But Eren is vital for the reclamation of Walmaria.
To shelter him within our walls is to put all of humanity at risk.
Not only did you feign his abduction in order to conceal his whereabouts, you also slew Demo Reeves when he learned too much.
It's not a stretch to describe you as a threat to humanity.
Come on, Pixis.
In this cramped bit of world that's been left to us, it would take but a single spark to engulf all. Think about it. What if the Titans did manage to break through the wall only to find next to no one inside it?
Let's begin deliberations.
Guilty.
With your permission.
He doesn't say much. He doesn't move much or do much.
Erwin, is this how you want it to end?
Now then, in the king's name,
Oh, the music is so intense.
your sentence is death.
Is this what you wanted?
What is the plan? He's smiling. Huh.
Walrose has fallen! The gates have been breached! The armored and colossal titans appeared out of thin air and broke through both gates in Coloneth District.
So this is the bluff.
I want every last gate to Wall Sina closed off. Not a single refugee will be allowed inside this wall.
That's our family.
Everyone in Wall Rose will die. You're commanding us to stand by while half of humanity gets devoured?
Yep.
Like Erwin said, if we let them in, then we'll end up in a civil war. The government mustn't fail.
There's no guarantee that will...
It's enough that the possibility exists. Our authority is and must always be absolute.
There it is. It's not the rule of law, it's our authority.
Now, what will you do? Will you just follow them blindly?
We've already secured the power. Before too long, the vessel will take it.
The vessel. Who did he want to serve Eren to?
We're still safe for now.
Is that guy alive?
Who should decide? Who has the right?
What's taking so long? Go do your duty! Ignoring my orders is an act of treason!
And I guess I'm a traitor.
Say what?
I am a citizen of Wall Rose. I refuse to shut the gates on those people.
Yeah.
I stand with him.
Premier Zachary!
Damn.
What's the meaning of this?
That report you all just heard was fabricated. As of this moment, there have been no reports of any Titan attack.
Bastard! This was all a farce?
Yep.
It wasn't his plan. It was mine.
Show your true colors.
What are you saying? When you asked me, I declared to you in earnest that the Garrison Regiment is not aligned with the Survey Corps. We are not aligned with your assembly either. Although I agree with Erwin on several points, I was still willing to put my trust in your government, because you have knowledge that we don't. Had you shown that you actually gave a damn about protecting the people you govern, I would have stood by and watched as you sent Erwin to the gallows. You've made it clear that our suspicions were correct. Humanity is safer in our hands.
What? The monarchy has ruled for over 100 years.
That's not the monarchy.
You see, it's far more than a mere threat. It's a coup d'etat.
Ha!
Interior police have been subdued. The capital is secured, sir.
Nice.
He'll be exposed and replaced.
Is he a statue?
I think he is. I don't think he's real.
Your choice to close Cena's gates broke Clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity. You installed a puppet king in order to seize the reins of power for yourselves.
A literal puppet king.
Shit! Wake up!
What is it, dinner time?
Oh, shut your mouth, you stupid oaf!
Okay.
So he's alive. He just sleeps with his eyes open.
Well, Erwin, looks like you managed to pull it off. You don't seem happy. Humanity is on a new path, one far more dangerous than the last.
And there you have it. Premier Zachary now has full control of the capital and government.
Okay, but what about the incident with Mr. Reeves?
Reeves' son Flago really pulled through for us.
The government doesn't give a shit about saving any of us. You can face the truth now, or you can die wishing you had.
We have to do this. If Titans attack again, all the things you're protecting will be gone. Our families will die. Let's print the truth before that happens.
It's all written right there. The abuse of power. It's clear that we only acted in self-defense. We're no longer criminals.
Nice. Yay. Back to being heroes.
They beat us? Looks like Erwin's gamble paid off.
That it did. But it wasn't just Erwin who gambled. Many people had to choices for this to work.
It's true.
Yep.
You had to believe in them.
Here's the thing, the Interiors may have lost, but not all of them know it. They still have Aaron and Historia too. We need to find them quickly.
I think I know where they might be. Let's get there and put an end to this fight.
Underground Chapel, a secret location where the royal family's power has been passed down for generations.
It was declared that the old system of rule would be dismantled. Once the military had secured the capital, they made the announcement immediately. The declaration was given from the very gallows that Erwin was meant to be executed on.
It's exactly as Premier Zachary explained in his speech. We intend to replace Fritz with a monarch born of the true royal bloodline. They'll be responsible for leading humanity, and that includes us.
Frankly, why should the people believe that your king is any more legitimate than the one you deposed?
I'm sure you understand that the people are quite concerned. No one knows who to trust at this point.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Like Commander Pixis was saying, they have far more knowledge than us, and they've kept humanity going at least this far. Even if they would have watched as half of the human race perished, it's better than letting us go extinct. Should I have given up?
No.
Let them take Aaron, put my trust in their selfish wisdom. Instead, I endangered us all.
Your duty is as painful a burden as ever, I see. Perhaps death would have been easier for you. Why didn't you do as you just described?
I'm not sure.
Why don't I tell you my own reason? I've hated those arrogant bastards for a long time. Those self-assured pigs. They'd feed from gilded troughs and pretend their shit was gold. Now that the day I've dreamed of has finally come to pass. Well, at any rate, if you hadn't done it today, I would have given it a shot myself before I kicked the bucket. I guess I'm quite the scoundrel, huh? I'm telling you this because I know that you're the same. Some part of you decided that humanity's fate only mattered if you could live to see it. It's your turn to answer now. Why did you risk it all just to bring them down?
I've had this dream, something to prove, ever since I was a child.
And honestly, I think humanity's better off going extinct than just being represented by those fat billionaires.
Erwin gave me this scout report from an investigation on Lord Rice's land. It details a certain incident that occurred 5 years ago on the Rice estate. It was the day Wall Maria was breached. Lord Rice was fair and well respected by the people. He had 5 children. The most well-known of them was his eldest daughter, Frida. With the fall of Wall Maria having plunged the world into chaos, bandits raided and set fire to the only chapel around. Unfortunately for them, the entire Rice family had gathered there to pray.
Oh.
The entire family was massacred by bandits that night. Only Rod Rice managed to escape with his life.
And that's why they need Historia.
This incident occurred just a few days before Historia's mother was killed by the Interior Police. So we know that in the immediate wake of losing his family, Rod Rice sought out Historia. And something tells me that it wasn't out of a newfound paternal affection.
That's why they let her live.
Or do you think that bloodline has some other secret?
Yep.
It's possible, but I'm not sure yet.
Definitely see other secrets.
The chapel was built from stone. It would take a lot of time and effort to destroy it. If it was bandits, they'd have taken what they could and made a quick escape.
Yeah.
Then Lord Rice rebuilt the chapel with his personal fortune almost immediately. What was his rush? The story could only make sense if it involved a Titan attack. It may turn out that I'm jumping to conclusions, but it's suspicious enough to merit investigation, and it's the only lead we have.
Titans trying to take out the one bloodline that can create more Titans. What was that? Whoa.
Was that the eldest daughter?
I don't know. That's why I was wondering too.
So then...
And why is Eren in the Fortress of Solitude?
Before the night is over, Rice's land will be crawling with our soldiers. We have to get there as soon as possible, before Eren ends up in someone's stomach.
Whose stomach?
A Titan gains intelligence and the power to transform by eating a human being with that power. If that's actually true, how and when did Eren first become a Titan? And who did he have to eat to gain his powers?
You didn't have to eat anyone. They just had the blood. Got injected in them.
Historia?
They're gonna make Historia eat Eren?
Holy crap.
Oh man. Well, she's got the Titan blood in her, so okay, yeah. In order to awaken those powers, you gotta make Historia eat Eren. Oh damn!
So then she would be the coordinate. She'd be the queen. I mean,
Oh yeah.
she'd control humanity and the Titans.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow. Also, like when we, I think it's first season started, when we first saw the Puppet King, like they zoomed in on him and everything like that, and we were just like I jumped to the conclusion. I was like, oh, it kind of looks like the guy that was the Beast Titan or whatever, and like I was like so sure of it. And then when they showed, I'm gonna say everyone's now the Beast Titan. When they showed Erwin's dad too, like there was a point where like his glasses, I think that's what I forgot about the first time. I'm pretty sure he had glasses on. It's like they had like the glasses and like he had the beard too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh, maybe Erwin's dad is actually the Titan. We didn't see him die, so he's buried, you know. But if he is against what the like inner circle was doing or whatever, I don't know how he would have gotten the powers or who he would have eaten or whatnot. How that would have come to be. So he's probably not the Beast Titan, but that was just another one. I'm just like, anyone with a beard now, I'm like, they're the Beast Titan.
So just because of the way that the story unfolded, like the sort of like chronology of how they were telling us this, it did make me wonder that first time that Eren ever became a Titan, was that the church? Did he eat the royal family? Because like, he doesn't remember what happened. He was injected. His dad had him in the woods. I mean, we think his first time was when he did it consciously and blew our minds in like what, season 1? So what if that wasn't the first time he transformed?
Yeah, that was the first time we saw. Yeah, I don't think it was probably the first time he transformed. So yeah, I mean, but he sort of had. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So what if they injected him with some blood to become a Titan? Like, because his dad injected him with something, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not just reading that his dad injected him. Definitely did. And we've been hyper fixated on the blood.
Mm-hmm.
But what if there is something about actually consuming, about actually digesting it? If that's a necessary component, then we don't know when Eren did, but he would have had to.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't know if that's if that always happens. Like, what if he was injected with the blood of someone that was like already a Titan that like was the coordinate or something like that, and then
I'm just saying, what if blood isn't enough? What if that's not like, because we've been hyperfixated on that because of the injection, but if it's not enough.
True, he could have eaten the royal family or whatever, and like maybe that's how he got like to be the coordinate and like.
That's what I'm thinking, because like the way they told the story, it's like they talked about that, and then they like flashed to Eren, and then they flashed to that image of the girl who looks like she's kind of in a palace, brushing her hair, and like she goes, and then they cut back to Eren. So it's like, I don't know, there was just something about that I was like, did Eren remember? Like, is that a memory of Eren's? Like, is this?
You could be onto something here, beautiful.
I don't know, because like she wasn't obviously in the church while she's brushing her hair. That felt more like she was in a palace, but yep. I don't know. There was something about that, and like of all the king's children, they focused on her.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut to Eren, and there is also like, I don't know. I also wondered if maybe Eren wasn't part of the royal blood because there looked like there was like a possible resemblance there between the two. So I don't know. I'm all over the place with it, but I feel like there's a connection there.
What's in the basement?
Yeah, what is in the fucking basement?
It's in the cellar.
When are we ever gonna know?
Yeah, you make up a good point. That could very much be what they're alluding to, is that Aaron ate, because like that's what Armin said. I mean, he would have had to eaten somebody, because the blood, we haven't focused on it. It's not enough. I think you're right about that, because they wouldn't have had Armin say, "Well, who did Aaron eat?" And then they flash the girl that we think is the daughter of, like, in the royal bloodline,
The eldest daughter.
the
Yeah.
eldest daughter. So when he first turned, he could have been, mindless and out of control, eats them, and
Because there was half a second when he lost control with Mikasa, and like in season 1,
yeah.
when he was, I don't know, that was like his first or second time turning, and like
Mm-hmm.
there was a moment where he was not completely Aaron.
Yeah. I mean, that also could just be like he just hasn't gotten enough practice being a Titan or whatever, because he still is very raw with that. Yeah, I think you're onto something beautiful. I like that theory. Eat the royal family, at least the eldest sister.
Which, like, that just complicates everything, right? Because then, like, I don't want Aaron to be consumed, but like the fact that they're focusing on sacrificing Aaron to Historia, it does feel to be like a little bit of like a karmic full circle there. If like the whole reason we don't have a royal family is because Aaron ate them, and so now Aaron is being sacrificed to the only surviving person in the royal bloodline. I don't want Aaron eaten, but I'm just saying, like, there's a logic to that decision.
Was he meant to? Is that why his dad injected him and had him transform, so that Aaron could, because like maybe other Titans were there threatening the royal family? I don't know how it all would have happened, but like his dad gave him that gift for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think at a certain moment, I'm trying to think, I thought I saw like flames or whatever going on like in the background when he was doing it. We have to go back to the beginning to rewatch that. But what if the dad injected Aaron so that Aaron would be the one to, eat the royal family or whatever, like, because they were gonna be dead anyways, and instead of giving it in the hands of like the opposition or whatever, like the other Titans, which would have been like Endgame, because they would have gotten the coordinate, then he had Aaron do it. He just like they gave him the key to the cellar to like uncover everything, and like all like his dad's like notes and research and everything. I don't know. Just thought.
Okay, so totally crazy theory, but I'm gonna share it. What if whoever Aaron's dad works with that had him have some kind of knowledge about whatever's going on, their goal was to murder the royal family. They being, I don't know, the people who maybe ultimately take power and become the like billionaires in the castles. And so Aaron was used as a tool without his knowledge to do their bidding to take out the royal family. So that's like crazy conspiracy one. But then sort of like a little addendum to that is, what if Aaron was also the illegitimate child of the eldest daughter? And maybe she was in on it, maybe she wasn't in the plot to kill the royal family. Like, I don't know like how this all would have come about, but it does feel like there is sort of like a billionaire class in this world that has a motivation to take out the royal family because they want power, and that's all they really care about, and preserving that for themselves. Aaron had to have, going down what we learned in this episode, had to have eaten someone. A Titan destroyed the chapel. If Aaron, and I thought the same thing, that Aaron and his dad in the woods, there was flames that we saw in the distance. So Aaron, assuming Aaron was that person, it was either accidental or it was intentional, not by him, but by people who control him. And if it was intentional, that would explain why the dad was there with an injection to maybe bring him out of it, help him heal from it, suppress it again until such a time that it burst forward in season 1. I
don't know. You lost me a little bit there.
That's fine. I mean, it was pretty crazy. And even as I was saying it, I was like, this is pretty crazy. But like, I went there. So I figured I'd share it.
Crazy theories aside, Ervin's whole gamble. It was like we talked about how it was kind of, he was gambling on like the best of humanity, right? And like kind of like the belief in it. But like also he was like kind of, it was both sides. It was also the worst of humanity. And he was betting that the people that usually accuse others of doing something and like sort of knowingly, like because they know that Ervin didn't do what they're accusing him of doing. So when that kind of stuff happens, what they're accusing you of is what they believe,
what they themselves are guilty of.
Exactly.
Projecting. Yeah.
They're projecting that because that's what because they're like, oh, well, I'm a selfish asshole because everybody's a selfish asshole. And so pinning it on rule number 6 is the easiest one to do, because even if he wasn't guilty of it this time, everybody's guilty of it, just like, we are. And so knowing that they're accusing him of that, it's like, okay, these motherfuckers are guilty of this, which means that they are only going to care about themselves. And so that's why, he planted the seeds of like, oh, the wall of Rose falls, then it'll be civil war inside, and getting them to get all scared, gambling that they're going to showcase their worst qualities, which is, it's kind of like a good gamble because, hey, if they showcase their best qualities and they're just like, okay, no, we must bring everyone in, bring all the people in, we got to survive, humanity must survive no matter what. We'll figure everything out later on. It's like, okay, the right people are in charge and I was wrong about it. So, hey, that's the breaks, and I did it for humanity's sake. Now at least I know they're in good hands. But if it flips the other way, it's like, okay, they've shown their true face, which I thought it was. Now I'm just hoping that the rest of humanity will be as good as I think they are. There's like, just because there's some shitty people in the world doesn't mean everybody's a shitty person in the world, and that everyone is selfish like that. So I liked the gamble and like how it showed the two different sides that he was betting on.
What I also loved is he didn't just bet on their greed and selfishness, but their cowardice.
Yeah.
Because not one person in this freaking authority of government goes, isn't this a little too convenient that they were just talking about the wall being attacked and now it's being attacked? Does anybody think maybe that's, I don't know, a bit coincidental or a bit convenient?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, I mean, somebody said like, wow, they were just talking about it. But like they were so afraid of preserving themselves and their power and their wealth that not one person said, let's pause and find out more information.
Yep.
They still could have been shitheads and done that, and maybe they would have come out on top.
It's true. All right, we're going on to the next episode.
Yeah.
Shit!
You're awake. I'm glad.
At least Astoria's all right.
Aaron, listen.
Would you rather be grilled or sauteed?
His only goal is to keep the people within the walls safe. It's clear to me now that we misunderstood him. He didn't deny anything. It's true that he went after the scouts.
Thank you, Astoria. Please let me explain the rest.
The last thing I remember is the two of them. How long has it been? What happened to the scouts? What's the deal with all these glowing pillars? They just keep going.
It's like the diamond skin and the Titan.
There's something else about this place. Feels familiar somehow. Have I been here?
If you were wondering, no, you've never been here before. Although, you may recognize it nonetheless.
How can he read your thoughts?
This could make him remember without us saying a word.
What is this? Who are they? These aren't things I've seen. Whose memories are these? No.
Oh, tiny little baby Titan.
Oh my god, he ate his dad!
What happened to you?
Well,
So his dad was a Titan, and that's how he got his powers?
have you learned of your father's sin?
Is it your father's sin, right?
Yeah.
Sins of the father.
Holy crap.
The only reason I said the sins of the father is because we watched the Doom Came to Gotham,
Yep.
and that's what it brought up. I didn't even think about it.
I guess the next thing I should teach you is how to act more ladylike. Blow into this. Ooh, now that's what I call a job well done.
What's it mean to act ladylike?
I'm not exactly an expert, but I'd say the young lady in your book has it down.
Huh.
Is she one of your favorite characters?
So she named herself Krista, okay.
Rice named her.
Oh, yeah.
You'll find pain and suffering everywhere you look in this world. So do your best to make things better. Treat people with love and they'll love you in return.
So I want to be just like you.
Huh?
Do you think that if I try real hard, I can grow up to be like you?
You're already perfect! No need to change a thing! But I have to go now. That means you need to forget all about me again.
What did she see?
I wonder who that girl is.
Oh, she made her forget.
What's wrong? Are you all right?
How could I forget? In all that time, I was never alone. She was always there for me. She gave me books, taught me to read and write.
I take it you're talking about Frida.
Another name of Norse mythology.
If she was erasing your memories, know that she did it to protect you.
That's why I forgot her.
That's right, but touching him seems to have brought those memories back to you. An unexpected side effect.
But why?
She's within Aaron.
have to tell her thank you.
That'll be tough.
Frida is no longer of this world. At one time, I had 5 children, but 5 years ago, my wife and our children were murdered by a man named Grisha Yeager. Your sister was killed by Erin's father.
Why did he kill them?
Grisha had the ability to transform into a Titan. I still don't know where he obtained it. But his goal was to steal something.
Beast Titan?
No, I think it's just because of his beard and his hairy.
The power of the Rice family, which resided within Frida.
Oh, because there's just one of them that had the power. All right.
In theory, she had unsurpassable power. At her young age, she lacked the experience to wield it properly. Grisha ate her, and in doing stole her power. He then turned his gaze to the children. He wanted to eradicate the Rice family. He started by crushing Dirk and Abel, who were 14 and 12.
Oh my God.
Through some curse or miracle, I alone managed to escape.
If we believe everything he's saying.
She didn't deserve that.
She's telling you this so you can eat Eren.
Why would he do such a terrible thing?
What's the holdup? Whatever you're talking about, we don't have time for it. Well, the scouts started a coup d'etat, and all the other regiments have taken their side. Everyone found out that old King Fritz was a fake. Yep, it's been a royal shit show. Matter of time till they show up here.
Now take the anti-personnel control squad and defend the entrance at all costs.
Where's the trust, Your Majesty? Did I make you mad? I'm just so worried about you.
I trust you. Now go.
I feel the same, Your Grace.
With the power of Titans, some of a screen, the female Titan can use a screen to control pure Titans. The power to alter human memories.
So there is a magic component.
Mm-hmm.
You'll wear the finest of clothes, but only from your feet to your knees. I'll take you out once a week to be paraded to the public. This may well be the finest work of art man has ever conceived. Art must be completed by its audience.
Zachary, you'll face with this tenfold. You will never be the equal of a noble like me.
As long as we're on the subject, why don't you tell me if you nobles really do shit gold? I'm sorry, what was that? Your mouth's full!
He's having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Rice family has the power to alter people's memories as it suits them.
Huh, crazy.
Whole cities could be affected at once. So they could still... In the event that Lord Rice is able to obtain Erin's scream, this uprising of ours will amount to absolutely nothing. That's why the council members have been so cooperative. They don't think it's worth getting beaten. Although I'd imagine that they'd prefer whatever torture we could throw at them if they knew what would await them once they're given up to Zachary.
Make him eat his own shit?
I think so.
You knew what he was planning?
I suspected. At the very least, I knew his motives were perverse. And unlike you, I'm none too fond of gambling. Also, unlike you, I'm willing to die if it means protecting what's left of humanity. I once heard in a song that someday humans would stop fighting. When will that be?
Commander! The wagons are ready, sir. Troops are standing by. We await your command.
Peace between men will never be certain. Not until our numbers fall to 1 or less.
Here I was hoping you might have something optimistic to say.
Your attention! We will now make for their location believed to be the chapel on Rice's land.
You should understand, this is Kenny the Ripper. In terms of his threat level, it's like you'll be fighting me. Or wait, with those weapons of his, he'll be stronger.
Dragon.
If we wait for reinforcements, then Eren might get eaten. The odds won't be entirely in Kenny's favor. His squad is well trained, but we have way more combat experience.
Have to ask, how is it that you lived with Kenny the Ripper but know next to nothing about him? Did the two of you never talk?
I only just learned the man's last name. Don't know if you heard, but it's Ackerman. Might be a relative of yours.
My dad's side, the Ackermans, were persecuted when they lived in the cities. But my father never told me why the Ackermans were persecuted. He looked the same as all of you, so I don't think he was of a different race.
Have you ever suddenly felt a power awaken inside you?
Yep.
This has happened for Kenny Ackerman as well. And in that moment, he knew just what he needed to do. And it's happened to me too. Makes me wonder.
Are you all related?
Yeah. That makes sense why Levi and Mikasa are such badass.
Fess up, Gramps.
That curved blade looked like the one to kill the mistress.
There's a branch of the family that moved south to Shiganshina. Guess they should have changed the name when they left, because they're still getting screwed with. I thought that the Ackerman clan used to be the king's personal bodyguards. Now the whole damn family's on the verge of extinction.
They're just afraid of us is all. Reason being, we Ackermans are one of a few families the king can't quite control.
Can't
Mind
wipe
wipe.
your memories.
But it's true that our family was once honored and trusted by the king. For generations, each king has passed the power of the Titans to his successor.
Power of the Titans? What's that?
This power allows the king to wipe out human memory, to erase the past. Among them, there were two groups that decided to turn their back on the king. One of these groups was the Eastern Clan, and the other was our own Ackerman clan.
Hence all the persecution. Ain't the heartwarming story you want to hear on your deathbed. But I found my little sister. Coolhell's been working at a brothel in the underground. She got knocked up by a customer. I couldn't convince her to get rid of the thing. Who'd want to be born into this piece of shit world anyway? There isn't a dream you could have worth suffering through it.
So Levi's the child of his sister.
Levi's the nephew.
Hopefully the layout's close to what I predicted.
We count at least 7 enemies, and you can bet Captain Levi's among them.
Does Mikasa a cousin?
Yeah, they'd be cousins.
The government's been overthrown, which means we are the fugitives now. So I wouldn't count on getting any backup. In this tiny, screwed-up world, dying is preferable to what we would get if we decided to surrender. That's what life in the walls has always been. Nothing's changed. We've got a foe we can't beat, so we stand by and wait. We did this to find purpose in our meaningless lives. If Kenny and his dream can't turn this game around, he'll flip the board.
Okay, we should be ready to go now.
All right then. Is everyone here ready? Because you're all about to dirty your hands. Guess that's a yes.
Yeah. Man, those next episodes are gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so Levi, Mikasa, and Kenny the Ripper, all related.
Mm-hmm.
Mikasa's parents, one half Ackerman, one half from the, I guess, like the Eastern tribe they referenced. Seems like both her parents were the ones who could not have their memories wiped. So her mind should be sharp as a whip. Like her mind should be good no matter what is going to happen, which I think now we know something's definitely going to happen.
So then the Eastern tribe, the people that like live outside the wall and like are the Titans, like with Bert and Ernie?
Maybe. Which means that those people trying to get their homeland back?
Maybe, and they're just trying to, I don't know, overthrow. But like, how did they get the power of the Titans to begin with? Because they said like passes on the power of the Titan.
The royal family chooses who.
Yeah. So how did the other Titans get to be? Like, I mean, he seemed like surprised. He's like, I don't know how he turned into a Titan. So how'd they get the power of the Titan? And is everything that the dad was saying true about Aaron's dad? And if so, is Aaron's dad like part of like the resistance or something? Like, why did he let Aaron eat? Like, why did he pass it on to Aaron? And like, is it because he thought he would be hunted? Now it's just more questions I got.
I know.
Got some answers, but more questions.
Well, okay, so it was Aaron's dad then, not Aaron, who destroyed the chapel, assuming that we take Rice's word for it. But then Aaron, from what I thought I saw, eats his dad.
Yeah. Well, at his dad's like, I don't know, sort of behest. Like his dad injects him, Aaron transforms, and then Aaron eats his dad. And it seemed like he kind of knew that was going to happen. Because I mean, he can turn into a Titan himself if he wanted to. So like, he didn't need to.
So then he went and he ate Frida to gather the power to give to his son. But again, why? Why for all this? Like the way Rice tells it, he goes in there and he gets power, but he was greedy and that wasn't enough. He needed to wipe out the royal family.
Yeah.
Well, we know he wasn't greedy for his own power and for himself because he then gives it to Aaron and dies. So why?
The answers are in the cellar.
That damn cellar.
Yep, a lot of them. And like, I don't know if we were meant to do this or if I'm just like extremely naive, but I was kind of always under the impression that Rice didn't like willingly give up the throne, that he was just sort of like held prisoner by this like group that was like controlling everything and like had a puppet king over there, and that Rice was, being kept alive only because of like some, connection to the Titans, which we had thought of. But it seems like he's the one that like orchestrated all this shit. And like, if his bloodline is the one that like erases everyone's memories, then why did he install a puppet throne, like a puppet king, and like he didn't want to sit on the throne? Was that just to like not make himself a target? Is it because like he knows that people outside like the Eastern Front or whatever, like the ones that like couldn't get their memories wiped, they're gunning for the king, so they keep him secret.
Good question.
Were you under that impression too? Because I was under the impression that like he was like held against his will or whatever, and like especially like when they had the whole the rules, and like they killed the mistress or whatever, and then we're gonna kill Astoria, and he's like, oh, actually, you know what? I have a better idea. Of course, that was all him saying it again, right?
Yeah.
Goes through his eyes, and so that could have just been a complete bullshit.
Yeah. I had the same impression. My impression was not that this was a person who was like, I'm gonna give up power and my royal status and just be like, a noble and like, I don't know, I kind of feel like if you're abdicating the throne, you want distance from it rather than to still be like in a circle, or you want to be in the circle, but then you want to be involved in making decisions, which you would do if you were the royal. And like we talked about before, like the government or like the king or the CIA kind of shadow government thing that was going on, like whatever it might have been, when they came in to get the mistress, he did seem like he was afraid for his life and that he didn't have real power with those guys. But then again, with all of this, if he can wipe people's memory, why even preserve the knowledge of his royal status if he doesn't want to be royalty? Like this is all very weird.
Well, so from what I can gather, so again, I think he was the one telling the story. So maybe it was, Chris had some of the memories as well, if it wasn't, since he didn't have his daughter anymore to wipe people's memories. So he stages it like he doesn't have a choice. Like he's freeing them, like, oh no, then all these bandits came or whatever, the order comes and takes away me and my mom. And like, he's like, oh, at the last thing, he's like, actually, you know what might be a better idea? Acting like he's saving her, but that was the plan the whole time. They're all working for him anyways. They were gonna kill the wife, the mistress, yeah, the mom. So gonna kill her, get her out of the way, and then just have Historia. But then why did like Historia's mom just resent so much having Historia, and what comes with that? Like, I mean, did he have mistresses just in case his other bloodline gets wiped out, and so like he has different options or whatever of people like that can continue the bloodline?
But then why is Historia the only one they're focused on? Why aren't they looking at anybody else if he had like traditional kings typically did, like a ton of bastards running around? If there was a plethora of bastards to choose from, why be so hyper fixated on Historia?
I don't know. Until when he knows maybe the other one's just like something happened, he didn't. I don't know.
It's also interesting to me the timeline that like his whole family gets wiped out. Then he learns about Historia, visits her for the first time, and the mistress gets murdered, like, I think all in the span of, 24 hours? I really am curious about the details of how that unfolds, because the mistress was scared for her life. She seemed to hate her daughter. She hated her life. His royal family gets wiped out, and all of a sudden she's forthcoming with this knowledge of a child, which he claims not to have known about, but his eldest daughter was visiting her. So, there's, I don't know, it feels like there's a discrepancy there.
Yeah, and Alistar kept wiping her memory, going over there, visiting her.
Make sure she was okay, make sure she was cared for. The book was given by Frida. It explains why the father was like, we'll call you Krista, whatever, because he saw the book, recognized the book because it's his own daughter's book.
Is it his daughter's?
Frida's book, I mean.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, is Historia Rice's daughter from Mistress, or is Krista or Historia Frida's daughter? That's why she has the power of the Titan. The other person that was like the mother wasn't her actual mom. She was just like the babysitter, like the character.
How she could be so monstrously cruel.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of what she said. She's like, she would have killed it.
If I wasn't so cowardly, I would have killed it.
Yeah, that doesn't really fit. She said if I wasn't so cowardly, I would have killed it. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. That was just a thought. It's a crazy theory.
No, but I mean, there's stuff in here that we just can't see yet. But, we can see that there's stuff.
Yes, there's stuff.
We just don't know what it all means yet.
Yeah, true. This is the fun of it. It's fun, theorizing and going down different, crazy rabbit holes and whatnot. And trying to figure out, how the power of the Titan was stolen, I guess, from the royal family, and, how they got it to begin with, how they had it. And we're right that there was, a bibbidi-boppidi-boo sort of thing that there was a special power. So that was confirmed. And then we saw someone, hooked up to a device where they're going to eat their own shit. So this episode had everything.
Yeah.
I don't think the dad's story is true. because I think he lied to Historia already with one story. This is another story, trying to get her story on his side so that she'll eat Eren. I don't know. I'm really curious what the actual story is.
The only thing is, if he's betting on Historia wanting to eat Eren for something Eren's father did, I think he is underestimating Historia. Historia is not going to blame Eren for something Eren's father did that he knew nothing about. Like, when they talked about, like, oh, what does it mean to act like a lady? And she said, you know, like, to care about others. That's something Krista has done.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't have a mother figure and didn't have, like, the memories with a mother figure, even though Frida kind of tried to fill in occasionally. So, like, her knowledge, her moral compass and everything, it feels like was dictated through the books that she read, which were of princesses who were benevolent and cared for others. So, like, to be like, oh yeah, his dad killed our whole family, I think that horrifies her.
Yeah.
Naturally. Of course she wants to know why, but she would be horrified at the father. I don't think she's gonna blame Eren for that.
Sins of the father. We'll see.
We shall see.
Let us know your thoughts about these episodes down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access and see our full uncut reactions, check out our Patreon. Links in the description of the video. And thanks so much for watching Attack on Titan with us. But just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.